You've met them before. The ones who smile to your face but sharpen their knives the moment you turn around. They drain your energy, twist your truth, and thrive on your pain. We call them friends, partners, even family, but in reality, they are human demons wearing human skin. And if you don't learn to spot them, they'll quietly destroy everything you've built. Today, we're going deep into the signs that reveal their true nature, so you can protect your soul, reclaim your power, and live free from their grip.
There are two kinds of people in this world, those who lift you up and those who slowly pull you down into the shadows. The first type, you feel them in your soul. When you're with them, you feel stronger, more alive, more confident in who you are. But the second type, you can't always see them coming. They don't wear horns, they don't carry pitchforks, they wear smiles, they carry sweet words. And yet, behind the mask, they are sharpening their knives. A human demon is not a creature from a horror movie. They are far more dangerous because they are real. They hide in plain sight, in your family, in your circle of friends, at your job, and sometimes even in the person you love. You might laugh together, eat together, even share your secrets with them, but in their heart, they see you as nothing more than a source of energy, a tool, or a stepping stone. Here's the dangerous part. They don't attack you all at once. They chip away at you slowly. One comment here, one manipulation there, a little doubt planted in your mind. Until one day you wake up and realize you're not yourself anymore. You've lost your confidence. You've lost your spark. You've lost you. And that's exactly how they want it. Because a human demon feeds on weakness. They want you to depend on them. They want you to doubt your worth so they can control your life. They thrive in chaos, because in chaos, they can rule. But here's what they don't want you to know. You have the power to expose them. You have the power to set boundaries so strong they can't cross. You have the right to walk away, no matter who they are, no matter how long they've been in your life. I know what you might be thinking. What if they're my friend? What if they're my partner? What if they're my own blood? That's the trap. Human demons use love as a weapon. They use loyalty as chains. They make you feel like you owe them your presence, even when they've done nothing but poison it. But remember this, you owe no one your peace, you owe no one your light. If someone is damaging your soul, it is not cruel to walk away. It is survival. This isn't about hating them. This is about saving yourself. Because the longer you stay in their grip, the more you'll forget who you truly are. And you are more powerful, more valuable, and more deserving than they will ever admit. So listen closely, because I'm about to show you the signs, the undeniable red flags, that will help you spot a human demon in your life before they drain you dry. Once you see these signs, you'll never unsee them, and you'll never let them take your power again. The wake-up call. Not every battle in your life will be fought with fists, and not every enemy will declare war out loud. Some of the most dangerous wars are the ones you fight silently. Battles inside your mind, battles for your peace, battles you didn't even know you were in until you were already losing. Here's the truth. Not everyone who smiles at you is on your side. Not everyone who offers you advice wants to see you succeed. And not everyone who calls you friend has your best interests at heart. We've been taught to look for danger in obvious places, dark alleys, strangers, people who openly oppose us. But life's most damaging villains often hide in plain sight. They can sit across from you at the dinner table. They can stand beside you in group photos. They can tell you they love you and still be rooting for your destruction. The most dangerous enemies are the ones who know your heart. They know your strengths, but more importantly, they know your weaknesses. They've listened when you spoke about your dreams. They've been there when you revealed your fears. They've seen you at your most vulnerable moments. And while a true friend would protect those moments, a human demon will use them as ammunition. That's why this is your wake-up call. Because if you don't learn to spot them, they will shape your life without your permission. They'll control your emotions without you realizing it. They'll plant seeds of doubt until you can't tell the difference between your voice and theirs, and little by little, they'll pull you away from your goals, your happiness, and even your own identity. You might think, but I'm strong, I can handle it. That's exactly what they want you to believe, because it keeps you in the game. It keeps you in their reach. They rely on the fact that you'll give them the benefit of the doubt. They rely on the fact that you'll say, maybe I'm overreacting. No, you're not overreacting. If someone's presence constantly leaves you drained, anxious, or doubting yourself, that's not just bad chemistry. That's a warning sign. I need you to understand something. You do not have to wait for a massive betrayal to take action. You don't need proof in the form of a scandal or an explosion. You can choose to protect yourself the moment you feel your peace slipping away. Because the sooner you see the signs, the sooner you can stop the damage before it consumes you. So let this be the moment you open your eyes wider than ever before. The moment you stop ignoring the little things that make your gut twist. The moment you stop dismissing your instincts. This is your life, your peace, your future. And I promise you, once you learn to identify a human demon, you'll never fall for their disguise again. Sign number 1. They thrive on your pain. A true friend celebrates your victories and supports you through your losses. A human demon does the exact opposite. They secretly celebrate your losses and feel threatened by your victories. You can see it in their eyes if you pay close enough attention. When you're hurting, they lean in closer, almost like they're feeding on the moment. They ask questions, not out of concern, but to gather ammunition. They might give you a hug, but it's the kind that keeps you weak, not the kind that lifts you up. They thrive on your pain because it makes them feel stronger. When you're down, they feel up. When you're broken, they feel whole. And when you doubt yourself, they feel powerful. Sometimes, it's not even obvious. They won't always laugh in your face when something goes wrong. That would give them away. Instead, they'll offer comfort that's laced with subtle reminders of your failures. Oh, I'm so sorry that happened. But you know, you always have bad luck with these things. Or, wow, I can't believe they treated you like that. But maybe if you had handled it differently, it's disguised as sympathy, but it's actually poison. And here's the part that cuts deep. You may not realize what they're doing because you're emotionally vulnerable in those moments. That's why they love those moments. Your pain gives them an open door to plant seeds of doubt in your mind, seeds that will grow into insecurity, hesitation, and dependence on them. Think back for a moment. Have you ever told someone about something amazing that happened in your life, only for them to respond with silence or a quick subject change? Maybe you got a promotion and they said, "That's great, but do you really think you can handle the extra pressure?" Maybe you shared exciting news and they found a way to downplay it. That's not a friend, that's someone who can't stand to see you shine. Why? Because your happiness exposes their emptiness. Your wins remind them of everything they haven't achieved. Your joy is a spotlight on their darkness, and they'll do anything to dim it. This is one of the clearest signs you're dealing with a human demon. They don't just fail to support you, they actively feed on your struggles. Once you notice it, the game changes. You'll start to see the little smirks when something goes wrong. You'll hear the faint edge of satisfaction in their voice when they comfort you, and you'll feel how their energy lifts when yours drops. Here's your takeaway. Surround yourself with people who feel your pain because they care, not because they crave it. Keep those who celebrate your wins louder than they notice your losses. And never forget, the ones who thrive on your pain will never clap for your healing. Sign number 2, they manipulate your emotions. Manipulation is one of the most powerful weapons a human demon has. And the worst part? They use it so subtly that half the time you don't even realize it's happening until the damage is done. Here's how it works. They twist your words. They shift blame. They play with your feelings until you start questioning your own reality. And once you start doubting yourself, they've got you exactly where they want you, under their control. One of their favorite tricks is gaslighting. This is when they deny things they said or did. even when you know you're right. You call them out on a lie, and they respond with, "You're imagining things." You remind them of something they promised, and they say, "That never happened." Over time, you start thinking, maybe I really am too sensitive. Maybe I overreacted. That's not you being sensitive. That's them bending your mind until you can't trust your own memory. Another tactic they use is emotional baiting. They'll push your buttons, provoke you, and then act innocent when you react. Suddenly, you're the angry one, the unstable one, the problem. They do this to make you feel guilty, so they can play the victim and keep the upper hand. And then, there's emotional withholding. A human demon will withdraw affection, attention, or support to punish you. Not openly, but quietly. They'll go cold. They'll act distant. They'll make you feel like you've done something wrong. But when you ask what's wrong, they'll say, "Well, nothing. It's a trap." They want you chasing their approval, bending over backwards to get them to warm up again. By the time you realize what's happening, you've been trained to please them at the expense of your own needs. Why do they do this? Because control isn't just about telling someone what to do. It's about shaping how they feel, how they think, and how they see themselves. If they can keep you emotionally unstable, they can keep you dependent. But here's the truth they don't want you to know. You can break free. You can start recognizing the patterns. You can stop explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. If you ever notice that you feel constantly guilty, confused, or anxious around someone, that's not love, that's not friendship, and it's definitely not normal. That's manipulation. The first step to protecting yourself is believing your own emotions. If something feels off, it probably is. If someone's words don't match their actions, trust the actions. And if you find yourself shrinking just to keep someone else happy, ask yourself, why am I letting them write my story? Because the moment you stop letting them play with your emotions, the moment you stop letting them twist your truth, that's the moment you take back your power. Sign number 3, they drain your energy. There are people who leave you feeling inspired, recharged, and full of life. And then there are those who leave you feeling like you just ran a marathon you never signed up for. That second kind, those are the energy drainers, the emotional vampires, the human demons who feed off your light until there's nothing left. You know the feeling. You're excited to share something with them. But halfway through the conversation, you feel tired. Your shoulders slump. Your smile fades. It's as if every word you speak costs you more energy than it should. They drain you in different ways. Sometimes it's through constant negativity. They always have a complaint, a problem, or a crisis. Even when you try to bring up something positive, they find a way to turn it dark. If you tell them you had a good day, they'll tell you why tomorrow will probably be worse. Other times, it's through emotional dumping. They call you at all hours, unload every frustration they have, and expect you to listen for hours. But when it's your turn to speak, they suddenly have to go. Your role becomes the unpaid therapist, the endless cheerleader, the emotional sponge. And over time, that constant giving without receiving leaves you drained and empty. Then there's the subtle drain, the people who demand your presence but not your joy. They might not rant or cry, but they require your constant attention and validation. You find yourself editing what you say, monitoring your tone, and walking on eggshells just to avoid their disapproval. Even silence with them feels heavy, like you're carrying an invisible weight. Here's why this is dangerous. When you're constantly drained, you don't have energy left for yourself, for your dreams, for your growth, for the people who actually love you. A human demon knows this. They know that if they can keep you usted, they can keep you from noticing how much power they've taken from you. Pay attention to your body's signals. Do you feel tense before meeting them? Do you rehearse conversations in your head because you're bracing for their reaction? Do you feel like you need a nap after spending time together? Those aren't coincidences. That's your soul telling you this connection is costing too much. The truth is, healthy relationships give energy. They leave you lighter, happier, and more confident. If someone consistently leaves you feeling drained, it's not just bad chemistry. It's a warning sign. Your energy is sacred. It fuels your goals, your relationships, your life. And if someone is constantly taking it without giving anything back, you have every right to step away. You don't owe anyone unlimited access to your light, especially those who only use it to power their own darkness. Sign number 4. They disguise hate as jokes. Laughter is supposed to bring people closer. A good joke can lighten a heavy heart, ease tension, and create memories that last forever. But when a human demon laughs, it's often not with you. It's at you. And their favorite trick? They wrap their insults inside jokes so they can hurt you without being called out. It usually starts small. Maybe you're in a group of friends, and they say something like, "Wow, you actually look nice today." Everyone laughs, including them. But you feel that sting inside. It's not really a compliment. It's a subtle way of saying you normally don't look good. Or maybe you share an idea you're excited about, and they respond with, "Ha, that's so you, always chasing some impossible dream." The room chuckles, but you're left wondering why your ambition was turned into a punchline. Here's the twisted part. If you call them out, they'll flip the script and say, "Relax, it's just a joke. Don't be so sensitive." This is not harmless teasing. This is emotional camouflage. It's a way to deliver cruelty while keeping their hands clean. Psychologically, this is a form of passive-aggressive hostility. They want to put you down, but they don't want the responsibility of openly being the villain. So they use humor as a shield. They get their dig in, they enjoy your discomfort, and if you object, they paint you as the problem. Over time, these jokes can chip away at your self-esteem. You start to second-guess yourself in social situations. You wonder if you're too sensitive, or if maybe they're right about you. That's exactly what they want, to keep you doubting yourself while they appear funny and harmless to everyone else. And it doesn't stop in public. Behind closed doors, these so-called jokes often become sharper, meaner, and more frequent. They'll make comments about your body, our intelligence, your abilities, all wrapped in that fake laughter. And because they've conditioned you to accept it, you might even laugh along to avoid tension. Here's the thing. Real friends don't humiliate you for entertainment. They don't use your insecurities as punchlines. They don't hide cruelty behind comedy. True humor makes both people feel good. It doesn't leave one person feeling small. If you notice someone consistently making jokes at your expense, pay attention to the pattern. Do they target your biggest vulnerabilities? Do they laugh the hardest when you look uncomfortable? Do they act defensive or dismissive when you call it out? If the answer is yes, you're not dealing with a friend. You're dealing with someone who uses laughter as a weapon. Your boundaries should be crystal clear. If it hurts, it's not funny. If it feels like an insult, it is. And if someone repeatedly disguises hate as humor, it's time to take away their stage. Sign number 5, they are never genuinely happy for you. True friends celebrate your wins like they're their own. They clap loudly, they smile proudly, and they brag about you to others. But a human demon, they choke on their congratulations. When something good happens in your life, pay close attention to their reaction. You'll see the hesitation before they smile, the forced tone in their voice when they say, "That's great." You'll notice how quickly they change the subject, or how they slip in a subtle reminder of your past failures. "Wow, you finally got the promotion. I just hope you can handle the stress this time." At first, you might think you're imagining it. After all, they said congratulations, right? But real joy for someone else is impossible to fake for long. If you watch closely, their body language will betray them. The tight smile, the lack of eye contact, the sigh that escapes when you're not looking. Why do they act this way? Because your success threatens them. It shifts the balance of power. When you rise, they feel smaller. When you shine, their own insecurities scream louder. Some won't even try to hide it. They'll outright compete with you. You get a new car, they suddenly need one too. You hit a personal milestone, they immediately share something they've done. even if it's unrelated. It's not about sharing in your joy. It's about pulling the spotlight back onto themselves. Others will go for subtle sabotage. They'll point out potential problems with your achievement. You announce you're starting a business, and they respond with, "You know, most small businesses fail, right?" You tell them about your new relationship, and they say, "Just be careful. People aren't always who they seem." It's a disguised attempt to plant seeds of doubt so you can't fully enjoy your moment. And here's the real danger. If you're around these people long enough, you'll start minimizing your own accomplishments just to avoid their reactions. You'll downplay your success, keep good news to yourself, or even feel guilty for winning. That's exactly how a human demon wants you to feel, small enough that your victories don't disrupt their comfort. But let me be clear, you don't have to shrink to make others comfortable. You don't have to dim your light to protect someone else's shadow. If someone can't clap for you, they don't deserve a front row seat to your life. The people who truly love you will cheer the loudest when you succeed, not because they gain anything from it, but because your happiness adds to theirs. They see your growth as proof that good things are possible, for you and for them. So pay attention. If someone's support feels hollow, if their joy for you always comes with a warning, a comparison, or a subtle dig, they are not on your team. And you deserve a team that celebrates you without conditions. Sign number 6, they create chaos and blame you for it. Some people bring peace when they enter a room. Others bring a storm. And a human demon? They are the storm. But they'll convince you that you caused it. They have a unique talent for creating drama out of thin air. One misunderstood word turns into a full-blown argument. One small disagreement becomes a war. And somehow, no matter what happened, the blame always lands on you. Here's how it plays out. They stir the pot. They drop subtle comments to pit people against each other. They twist stories just enough to spark tension. Then, when the chaos erupts, they step back, play innocent, and point the finger at you. Maybe you've seen it in action. They misinterpret something you said, tell others a distorted version of the story, and suddenly, people are looking at you differently. When you confront them, they act shocked. "I never said that. Everyone else must have misunderstood." But the truth is, they engineered the whole situation. Psychologists call this triangulation, creating conflict between people so the manipulator stays in control. It keeps you distracted, defending yourself, and trying to fix things while they sit back and watch the show. Sometimes, the chaos isn't between you and others. It's just between you and them. They'll pick fights over nothing, then twist your emotional reaction into proof that you are the unstable one. They'll provoke you, push every button you have, and when you finally snap, they'll say, "See, this is why I can't talk to you." Over time, you start walking on eggshells, trying to avoid triggering another storm. But here's the trap. With a human demon, the chaos is never about the trigger. It's about control. The more you try to keep the peace, the more they tighten their grip. And why do they do this? Because chaos weakens people. When you're constantly defending yourself, you don't have the energy to see the bigger picture. When you're always in damage control mode, you don't have the clarity to notice their manipulation. The scariest part is that they're skilled at convincing outsiders that you are the problem. They'll tell their side of the story first, painting themselves as the victim and you as the aggressor. By the time you speak up, the narrative is already against you. Here's your reality check. Peace is not supposed to feel this exhausting. Healthy relationships don't require you to constantly explain, defend, or prove yourself. If someone's presence in your life always comes with chaos, and you're always the one left cleaning up the mess, you're not in a relationship, you're in a battlefield. And the only way to win with someone who thrives on chaos is not to play their game at all. Sign number 7. They exploit your kindness. Kindness is a gift, but in the wrong hands, it becomes a weapon. Human demons know this. They know you have a good heart. They know you're generous, forgiving, and willing to help, and they use it against you. At first, it feels harmless. They ask for small favors, a ride here, a little help there. You say yes because you care, and that's what friends do. But over time, those small favors turn into big demands, and the more you give, the more they expect. The dangerous thing about these people is that they never truly appreciate your kindness. They see it as an obligation, not a gift. They believe they are entitled to your time, your energy, your resources, and if you ever say no, they act offended, as if you've betrayed them. They'll play the guilt card. Wow, after everything I've done for you? Or, I can't believe you'd leave me hanging like this. And because you care about people, you give in. You do what they want, not because you owe them, but because you want to avoid the guilt trip. That's how they trap you, by making you feel selfish for setting boundaries. Here's the truth. Real friends don't keep a scorecard of favors. They don't measure your worth by how much you sacrifice for them. They appreciate your help, but they never demand it. A human demon, on the other hand, will test your limits. They'll see how much they can take before you push back. They'll push those limits again and again until you start neglecting your own needs just to keep them happy. This exploitation can also be emotional. They come to you only when they need comfort, advice, or support. But when you're struggling, they're suddenly too busy to be there. Your kindness is a one-way street, and they're always driving in the same direction. And the most dangerous part, if you keep giving without boundaries, they will draw in you dry. Not because they need to, but because they can. They see your kindness as weakness, and to them, weakness is something to be exploited, not respected. Here's your reminder. Kindness without boundaries is self-destruction. You can be loving and generous while still saying no. You can be compassionate without letting people walk all over you. If someone only shows up in your life when they want something, if they only value you for what you do for them instead of who you are, they're not a friend. They're a taker. And the more you give, the less they'll respect you. You are not selfish for protecting your time, energy, and heart. The people who truly care about you will respect your boundaries. And the ones who don't? Let them go. Sign number 8. They isolate you from support. One of the most dangerous tactics a human demon uses is isolation. They know that as long as you have strong, loving, and supportive people around you, their control over you is limited, so their mission becomes simple: cut you off from the people who protect your peace. At first it's subtle. They'll make small comments about your friends or family. Do they really care about you? I just don't think they understand you like I do. Or even, I don't think they're good for you. These statements don't seem harmful at first. In fact, they might even sound like concern. But what they're really doing is planting seeds of doubt about the people who love you most. Then the pattern escalates. They'll start pointing out every flaw, mistake, or disagreement you've had with your friends and family. They'll remind you of old arguments and say things like, "See, they've always treated you badly." Over time, you might start believing them. And as you pull away from your support system, guess who becomes your only source of validation, advice, and emotional connection? Them. Exactly what they wanted. Sometimes they take a more direct route. They'll create drama between you and your loved ones, twisting your words, telling lies, or accidentally revealing private things you said in confidence. Suddenly, your relationships feel strained, and they stand back as if they had nothing to do with it. Isolation doesn't always happen socially. It can be emotional isolation too. They might make you feel ashamed for sharing your struggles with others. Why are you telling them our business? Or, if you were really loyal to me, you'd keep this between us. This traps you in silence, and silence is where their control thrives. The longer you stay isolated, the harder it is to see the manipulation. Without other voices to remind you of your worth, you start depending solely on them for your sense of reality. And that's exactly the goal: complete emotional dependence. Here's the harsh truth. Anyone who truly cares about you will want you to have as much love and support in your life as possible. They won't compete with your friends. They won't get jealous when you spend time with family. They will celebrate the fact that you are surrounded by people who care. If someone in your life tries to make you choose between them and everyone else who loves you, it's not love, it's control. And control dressed as love is one of the most dangerous forms of manipulation there is. You deserve relationships that connect you to more love, not less. Anyone trying to shrink your world until it revolves only around them is trying to trap you. And the only way to win that game is to step out of the cage they built for you.
Sign number 9. They disrespect your values. Your values are the compass that guides your life. They shape your choices, your relationships, and the way you see the world. They're not just preferences. They're your core. And anyone who truly respects you will respect the things you stand for, even if they don't share them. A human demon, however, will do the opposite. They'll mock, dismiss, or challenge your values at every turn. Not because they're trying to understand you, but because tearing down your principles is a way to weaken your identity. It often starts as playful teasing. You might hear comments like, "You're too serious about this stuff. Lighten up, it's not a big deal." Or, "You're so old-fashioned." At first, you might laugh along thinking it's harmless, but over time, those jokes turn into open disrespect. They'll push you to do things that go against your morals and then call you boring or judgmental if you refuse. If your value is honesty, they'll encourage you to lie just this once. If you believe in kindness, they'll pressure you to be cruel to someone they dislike. If you have faith, they'll mock your beliefs as outdated or unrealistic. This isn't about difference of opinion. It's about eroding the foundation of who you are. Why do they do this? Because your values are your anchor. As long as you stand firm in what you believe, they can't fully control you. By making you compromise your principles, they chip away at your self-respect. And once that's gone, you're easier to manipulate. This is especially dangerous in close relationships, where the pressure to please the other person is strong. They might say things like, "If you loved me, you'd do this," or "You're making a big deal out of nothing." Suddenly, you're questioning whether your values are even worth holding on to. But here's the truth. The right people will never make you choose between them and your integrity. They may not share your values, but they will honor them because they honor you. Disagreement doesn't have to mean disrespect. Pay attention to how people respond when you stand up for what you believe in. Do they listen? Do they try to understand? Or do they belittle you, roll their eyes, and make you feel foolish? If it's the latter, that's not a difference in personality. That's a lack of respect. And without respect, no relationship, friendship, or partnership can be healthy. You are allowed to protect the things that make you who you are. You are allowed to walk away from anyone who tries to strip away your dignity in the name of joking or helping you loosen up. Because at the end of the day, if you abandon your values to keep someone else happy, you lose yourself in the process. Sign number 10, they enjoy your pain. This is the darkest sign of them all, and the one that is the hardest to face. A human demon doesn't just hurt you, they take pleasure in it. They feed off your pain the way a predator feeds off its prey. It might not be obvious at first. When you're upset, they might wear a mask of concern. But look closely and you'll notice the faintest glimmer of satisfaction in their eyes. It's in the way they hold back a smirk when you're struggling. It's in the way they suddenly become more energized when you're emotionally drained. Why would anyone enjoy another person's suffering? Because for them, your pain equals their power. When you're happy, you're strong. When you're confident, you're harder to control. But when you're broken, doubting yourself and feeling alone, you're vulnerable. And that's when they swoop in to take control. They might intentionally trigger your insecurities just to watch you crumble. They'll bring up your biggest fears during arguments. They'll remind you of your failures, your mistakes, and your weakest moments, not to help you grow, but to keep you small. Sometimes it's direct cruelty. They insult you, humiliate you in front of others, or laugh when something bad happens to you. Other times, it's subtle sabotage. They'll accidentally cause problems in your life, then pretend to be the one helping you fix them. What makes this so dangerous is that it erodes your self-worth over time. You start believing that maybe you deserve the pain. You start thinking this is just how relationships are. But deep down, you know it's not love. It's not friendship. It's sadistic control.
And here's the bitter truth. Someone who enjoys your pain will never truly be happy for your success. If you share good news, they'll find a way to downplay it. If you achieve a goal, they'll point out what you still have. And done. Your joy threatens them because it reminds them they don't own your spirit. Recognizing this sign is painful because it forces you to admit that the person you cared for, maybe even loved, is capable of cruelty. But facing that truth is the first step to freedom. No one who truly cares about you will find joy in your suffering. The people who love you will hurt with you when you hurt and celebrate with you when you win. They will not use your lowest moments as opportunities to gain control or feed their ego. If you see this sign, even once in its purest form, understand this. You are not dealing with someone who simply has flaws. You are dealing with someone who has chosen to make your pain their pleasure. And the only way to win against someone like that is to stop giving them access to your heart. Because you deserve people who lift you higher, not those who smile when you fall. The turning point, taking back your power. By now, you've seen the signs. Maybe as you listened, faces came to mind. Moments you pushed aside as overthinking now feel like flashing red warnings you can't ignore. And here's the truth that hurts. Once you recognize these patterns, you can't unsee them. This is the turning point. Human demons thrive in your blindness. In the moments when you doubt yourself, justify their behavior, or tell yourself it's not that bad. The moment you see the game they're playing, the balance of power begins to shift. But awareness is only step one. The next step is reclaiming your energy, your voice, and your boundaries. That starts with believing yourself. You don't need anyone else to validate your experience for it to be real. If your gut tells you someone is harmful, manipulative, or toxic, you don't need to collect more evidence to earn the right to walk away. You are allowed to protect yourself at the first sign of danger. The second step is setting boundaries like your life depends on it. Because it does. Boundaries are not about punishing someone else. They're about protecting your peace. You get to decide what behavior you will and will not allow in your life. And you don't need to explain or justify those rules to the very person who keeps breaking them. The third step? Rebuild your circle. Isolation was their weapon, but connection can be your shield. Reach out to the people who genuinely care about you, even if you've been distant. Real love doesn't hold grudges when it comes to someone's safety and healing. And finally, remember your worth. Human demons want you to forget that you are enough as you are. They chip away at your confidence until you feel small enough to stay in their shadow. But you are not small, you are not weak, and you are not powerless. Taking back your power doesn't always mean a dramatic confrontation. Sometimes it's quiet. A decision you make in your heart to stop giving them access to your mind, your emotions, and your future. Sometimes it means leaving without an explanation. Sometimes it means staying but refusing to be drawn into their games. Either way, the moment you choose yourself over their control, you win. Understand this. Your life is too valuable to waste in the company of people who celebrate your suffering. The world needs your light, your gifts, your joy. And there are people out there who will protect those things, not destroy them. Today can be the day you decide. No more manipulation, no more shrinking, no more giving your power away to someone who has done nothing but prove they don't deserve it. You are stronger than the games they play. And the moment you step into that truth, their hold on you ends. The call to courage. There comes a moment in every person's life when the pain of staying the same outweighs the fear of change. Maybe this is your moment. Maybe you're watching this, feeling a deep pull in your chest, knowing that the things I've described aren't just stories. They're your reality. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes it's a whisper in the back of your mind saying, "You deserve better," and you know it. That whisper is your soul, begging you to listen before it goes silent under the weight of someone else's control. But courage, my friend, requires action. It's not enough to nod along and recognize the truth. You have to move on it. That might mean ending a toxic friendship you've kept out of loyalty. It might mean walking away from a romantic relationship you thought would last forever. It might even mean putting distance between you and a family member you love, but can no longer allow to poison your life. And yes, it's terrifying, because human demons are experts at making you believe you can't survive without them. They plant seeds of doubt so deep that leaving feels like stepping off a cliff with no safety net. But here's the truth they don't want you to know. Your wings have been there all along. They've just been keeping them tied. The moment you untangle yourself from their grip, you'll feel the weight lift, and you'll realize the world is much bigger, brighter, and kinder than they ever wanted you to believe. You will meet people who honor your boundaries without being asked. You will experience days where laughter comes easily, without fear of it being used against you later. You will remember what it feels like to be you, unfiltered, unapologetic, and free. And here's the beautiful thing about courage. It's contagious. When you take that step, you give silent permission to others around you to do the same. Your story would be the reason someone else escapes their own human demon. Your freedom could spark theirs. But to get there, you have to answer the call now, not next year, not when the timing feels right. Because the truth is, the timing will never feel right. Fear will always whisper reasons to stay. Your comfort zone will always tell you that change is too risky. That's why courage isn't about waiting for the fear to disappear. It's about moving forward while the fear is still there. You've survived their manipulation. You've endured their cruelty. Now it's time to do more than survive. It's time to live. So take the step, send the message, pack the bag, draw the line. Your freedom won't come from wishing things were different. It will come from choosing to make them different. And when you do, you won't just escape the human demon. You'll step into the life they never wanted you to believe you could have.
If you've made it to this point, it means something powerful. You're no longer blind. You've pulled back the curtain. You've seen the patterns. And once you see them, you can never go back to pretending they're not there. That, my friend, is your greatest weapon. Because human demons thrive in shadows, in secrecy, in your silence. The moment you name them for what they are, the moment you recognize their games, their power over you begins to die. But here's what I need you to understand. Knowing the truth is not the end of your journey. It's the beginning. From this day forward, you have a choice every single morning. A choice to keep playing the role they've written for you, or to rip up the script and write your own. Writing your own script means you will lose people. You will walk away from relationships you thought you'd never end. It means you'll face lonely nights and moments of doubt when you wonder if you made the right choice. But here's the thing. Loneliness is not the same as being trapped. Loneliness is temporary. Freedom is forever. You will also gain something far more precious than any fake friendship or toxic bond could ever offer. You will gain yourself. Your laughter will return. Your confidence will rebuild. You'll start trusting your gut again. That same gut they tried to convince you was wrong. You'll find new people, people who see you and value you without needing to break you first. And the world will look different, not because it has changed, but because you have. You will no longer walk into rooms wondering who will manipulate you next. You'll walk in with the quiet strength of someone who knows they are unshakable. Remember this, you are not here to be someone's puppet. You are not here to be drained, diminished, or destroyed. You are here to live, to grow, to shine, and to use your light in ways that make the darkness retreat. If there's one thing you take from this entire message, let it be this. You are not powerless. You've survived every attempt to break you. You've endured storms you never thought you'd make it through, and that means you are stronger than they ever wanted you to realize. So, today, right now, choose you, not tomorrow, not when it's more convenient. Now. Because every day you spend in the company of a human demon is a day you never get back. And every day you spend free from their grip is a day you take one step closer to the life you were meant to live. Walk away, stand tall, and never forget,
your light was never theirs to take.
We've walked a long road together in this video. We've peeled back the masks, exposed the shadows, and shone a light on the signs that reveal when someone is not just toxic, but destructive to the very core of your being. We've talked about the games they play, the energy they steal, and the ways they twist your reality until you barely recognize yourself. But here's the truth. I want you to carry with you, long after this video ends. Knowledge without action changes nothing. You now hold the blueprint. You know the warning signs. You've seen how they operate, and you felt the sting of their manipulation. The question is, what will you do with that knowledge? Because the choice isn't just about leaving or staying. It's about reclaiming your voice, your energy, and your right to live without fear. It's about building boundaries so strong that no human demon can breach them again. It's about choosing the life you deserve over the life you've been told to settle for. And I want you to remember this. Walking away is not weakness. Refusing to engage is not cowardice. Protecting your peace is not selfish. It's survival. It's self-respect. It's self-love in its highest form. If you're afraid, that's okay. Fear is a sign you're standing on the edge of something bigger than yourself. But courage isn't about the absence of fear. It's about moving forward despite it. Every step you take away from their grip is a step toward your freedom, your healing, and your truth. You might lose people along the way, but you'll never lose yourself again. And when you start living free, truly free, you'll realize that you didn't just escape them. You escaped the version of yourself who believed you had to tolerate their cruelty to be loved. You escaped the belief that your worth depended on their approval. You escaped the cage they built for you and locked from the side. So as we close this chapter, I want you to imagine something. Picture yourself 1 year from today, lighter, stronger, happier, surrounded by people who genuinely care for you, waking up without dread in your chest, laughing without fear of it being turned against you. That future is possible. It's not just for other people, it's for you. But it starts with a decision, one you can make right now. Close the door. Walk away from the darkness. Step into the life you were born to live. Because here's the final truth. You were never meant to survive under someone else's shadow. You were meant to stand in the sun. The human demon's grip ends the moment you choose yourself. The only question left is, will today be the day